A romantic anniversary was supposed to remind Russ Mayfield and Paola Mayfield why they fought so hard to stay together. Instead, it became another emotional moment that exposed just how far apart they may still be. In the latest sneak peek from 90 Day: The Last Resort, what appeared to be a heartfelt surprise quickly turned into disappointment, leaving viewers wondering whether love alone is enough to repair years of frustration. Rather than creating a fresh start, Russ's anniversary gift seemed to highlight the deeper problems that have continued to follow this couple. The emotional exchange has already sparked new questions about whether they are truly moving forward or simply repeating the same painful cycle. Russ and Paola have been one of the most recognizable couples in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise for years. Fans have watched them navigate cultural differences, marriage, career changes, parenting, and countless disagreements. Their relationship has survived challenges that might have ended many other marriages, but surviving and thriving are two very different things. That is exactly what makes this latest moment on 90 Day: The Last Resort so compelling. The newest preview centers around the couple's anniversary, a day that many people view as an opportunity to celebrate love and reflect on shared memories. Russ clearly wanted to make the occasion meaningful by presenting Paola with a thoughtful gift. According to the available information, his intentions appeared sincere, and he seemed hopeful that the gesture would bring them closer together. However, the moment did not unfold the way he expected. Instead of feeling touched, Paola appeared disappointed by the gift. Her reaction suggested that the surprise failed to address the emotional issues that have been weighing on their marriage. Rather than seeing the present as a symbol of renewed commitment, she seemed to view it as something that could not solve the much larger problems standing between them. That reaction immediately changed the tone of what should have been a joyful celebration. This is where the story became much more than a simple disagreement over a present. The gift itself may not have been the real issue. Instead, it appeared to represent something much deeper. For couples experiencing ongoing relationship struggles, even thoughtful gestures can lose their impact if communication has already broken down. That seems to be the difficult position Russ and Paola now find themselves in. Throughout their journey together, viewers have seen them experience highs and lows. They have celebrated important milestones while also facing disagreements over priorities, expectations, and the direction of their marriage. Those unresolved issues have continued to surface, even during moments that were supposed to strengthen their bond. The anniversary scene appears to reinforce that pattern. Russ seemed to believe that making a romantic gesture would help repair some of the emotional distance between them. While there is nothing to suggest his intentions were anything but genuine, good intentions do not always produce the desired outcome. Relationships often require much more than symbolic moments, especially when deeper concerns remain unresolved. Paola's reaction reflected that reality. Although the available information does not reveal every detail of her disappointment, it suggests she was looking for something beyond a physical gift. Her response may indicate that she wants greater emotional understanding, improved communication, or meaningful changes in the relationship itself, rather than another symbolic gesture. That distinction could become one of the defining themes of their story this season. One reason this sneak peek has attracted so much attention is because many viewers can relate to the situation. Gifts are often viewed as expressions of love, but when emotional needs go unmet, even generous presents may fail to create happiness. The scene reminds audiences that lasting relationships depend on much more than anniversaries or carefully planned surprises. Communication remains one of the biggest challenges. The preview suggests that Russ and Paola continue struggling to understand what the other person truly needs. Russ appeared to focus on creating a memorable anniversary experience, while Paola's disappointment suggested she may have been hoping for something different altogether. That disconnect speaks volumes. It also raises an important question about whether both partners are working toward the same goal. If one person believes thoughtful gestures are enough, while the other is seeking deeper emotional change, misunderstandings can continue to grow. This may explain why their relationship still appears fragile despite their efforts. For longtime fans of the franchise, this moment may feel familiar. Russ and Paola have experienced difficult conversations before, and they have often approached problems from different perspectives. While they clearly care about each other, their communication styles have not always aligned. The anniversary scene appears to highlight those differences once again. At first glance, some viewers may wonder whether Paola was simply being too critical of Russ's effort. Others may see the situation very differently. They may believe her disappointment reflects months or even years of unresolved emotions rather than dissatisfaction with one particular gift. The available information does not suggest either interpretation is confirmed. Instead, the preview leaves room for viewers to draw their own conclusions based on what unfolds during the episode. That uncertainty is part of what makes the scene so emotionally engaging. It encourages audiences to look beyond the surface. Relationships rarely fall apart because of a single event. More often, they are affected by patterns that develop over time. Small misunderstandings, unmet expectations, and repeated communication problems can gradually create emotional distance. The anniversary exchange seems to reflect exactly that kind of ongoing struggle. Russ appeared hopeful. Paola appeared frustrated. Neither reaction necessarily makes either person entirely right or entirely wrong. Instead, the situation highlights how two people can experience the same moment in completely different ways. That emotional contrast may become one of the season's most important storylines. Another reason viewers are paying close attention is because 90 Day The Last Resort focuses specifically on couples attempting to repair damaged relationships. Every emotional breakthrough and every setback carries extra weight because the goal is reconciliation. That makes this disappointing anniversary particularly significant. If even a carefully planned celebration ends in frustration, it naturally raises questions about how much progress the couple has actually made. Has their communication improved? Are they beginning to understand one another better? Or are the same unresolved issues continuing to stand in their way? Those questions remain unanswered. The sneak peek offers only a glimpse into the larger story. It does not reveal whether the couple eventually reaches common ground, or whether the difficult conversation becomes even more emotional. That uncertainty is likely intentional. By showing the disappointment without revealing the full outcome, the preview builds anticipation for the complete episode. Viewers will undoubtedly be watching closely to see whether Russ and Paola can turn this uncomfortable moment into a productive conversation. If they do, the anniversary disappointment could ultimately become an opportunity for growth rather than another setback. On the other hand, if the underlying issues remain unresolved, this emotional exchange may simply reinforce concerns that have existed throughout their relationship. At this stage, there is no confirmation of what happens next. Any predictions about the future of their marriage remain speculation until the full episode provides additional context. Still, fans are likely to have plenty of opinions. Some viewers may sympathize with Russ for making what appeared to be a sincere effort. Others may identify more closely with Paola's perspective, believing emotional needs cannot always be satisfied through symbolic gestures. That difference in opinion could easily divide the audience. Neither perspective necessarily tells the whole story. Healthy relationships usually require effort from both partners, and successful communication often depends on understanding not only what is being given, but also what the other person truly needs. That may be the biggest lesson emerging from this preview. It is also worth remembering that reality television often presents emotional moments without immediately providing every detail. While the sneak peek highlights disappointment, the complete episode may offer additional context that explains both Russ's intentions and Paola's reaction more fully. For now, viewers have only part of the picture. That is why drawing firm conclusions too early would be premature. What is confirmed is that the anniversary gift did not produce the emotional result Russ likely hoped for. It instead opened the door to another serious discussion about the state of their marriage. Whether that conversation ultimately helps or hurts their relationship remains unknown. As the season continues, audiences will be watching for signs of genuine progress. Can Russ and Paola move beyond repeated misunderstandings? Will they finally find a way to communicate their needs more effectively? Or will moments like this continue reminding them how much work still lies ahead? Those questions may ultimately define their entire journey on 90 Day, The Last Resort. One thing is certain, this anniversary was about far more than exchanging gifts. It became a powerful reminder that rebuilding trust and emotional connection often requires honest conversations, vulnerability, and a willingness to understand each other's perspective. A thoughtful present may express love, but lasting change usually demands much more. What do you think about this emotional anniversary moment? Was Russ's effort enough under the circumstances? Or do you understand why Paola walked away feeling disappointed? Do you believe this difficult conversation could become the turning point that helps rebuild their marriage? Or does it reveal problems that remain far from resolved? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because we'd love to hear your perspective. And if you enjoy reality TV updates, relationship drama, and the latest stories from the 90-Day Fiancé universe, be sure to subscribe to Phil Pulse so you never miss our next entertainment news update.